name is Gene, and I'm supposed to be a meh. You know, like, meh, who cares?
Animation has the power to create some of the most breathtaking stories in film, taking us to worlds and places that could only exist through pure imagination. Today on Collider, we are diving into the other side of the spectrum, the animated movies that didn't quite hit the mark. Some of these films had big dreams but ended up as complete disasters. Let's take a look at some of the worst animated films ever made. First up, Mars Needs Moms was supposed to be groundbreaking, but became infamous for all the wrong reasons. Following the story of a young boy trying to save his mom from Martians, the film was a mess. The uncanny valley visuals made viewers uncomfortable, and the sci-fi plot was dull and predictable. The movie bombed so badly that the animation studio behind it shut down.
Mars needs moms, so the aliens are stealing them from Earth to raise their own kids.
Next, we have Pinocchio, a true story. This version featured a hilariously bad English dub with Pauly Shore voicing Pinocchio.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
The bizarre voice acting overshadowed everything, and the story was nearly unrecognizable, focusing more on circus antics than the classic wooden boy's journey.
Are you made of wood? You will become a star, my boy!
Another flop, Delgo, is a perfect example of ambition gone wrong. It aimed to tell an epic fantasy story of warring factions, but after spending nearly a decade in production, it became one of the biggest box office flops in history. The characters were bland, the designs forgettable, and the overall execution was boring. Audiences quickly forgot about this one, and for good reason.
We cannot give him a princess we don't have.
Delgo?
At your service, Your Highness.
Then there's Marmaduke, a modern reboot that didn't live up to its potential. In this version, voiced by Pete Davidson, the Great Dane is trained for a dog show, but the film quickly falls apart. The animation is uncomfortable, the jokes rely heavily on toilet humor, and the story feels all over the place. Marmaduke's lovable charm from the comic strips is nowhere to be found.
Maybe obedience school isn't such a bad idea.
I will march in protest!
Finally, the Emoji Movie stands as the perfect example of a film nobody asked for. Set inside a smartphone, the movie follows Gene, a meh emoji who wants to feel more than just one emotion. Packed with lazy jokes and a predictable storyline, the movie became one of the worst reviewed animated films ever, often considered one of the worst films of all time.
What's he doing?
He's making the wrong face!
That's it for today's look at some of the worst animated films. Have you seen any of these? Let us know your thoughts. See you next time on Collider.